Hi, it's Dave from C&H Auto Accessories here in Margate, Florida. And you know I like to do different things for you guys. So, as you can see, big black Chevy truck, custom wrap. Well, what do we do? This one's underneath the hood. So, John's gonna come in here and show you. What do we have here? This is the AFE Momentum GT for the gas burning 6.6 liter on the Chevy, GMC, any one of those power plants that you guys got. Why do I like AFE? One, they have a really nice filter, and if you look through the window here, this inspection window that they give you, you see that filter is also reinforced, so it's not going to want to collapse down on you like the cheap ones. And you guys have heard me say this again and again. Save the money. Don't buy the cheapo Chinese knockoffs that look like AFE. You're going to regret it. Just save the money, buy the AFE. There are your top tier premium brand when it comes to this. If you look, they think of everything. Everything looks factory. It connects right down here. There's a duct that sucks in cold air to feed this. Now this one, you'll see if you go on their website or on our website, they make a couple different ones. They make an exposed element. This is an enclosed element. It's really your choice. I encourage you to call the store and talk to us when it comes to these, because there are different times when each one works better or worse depending on where you are. If you're in the desert Southwest or you're in a dry sandy climate, this is a better style. The open ones, they work better in certain areas. They also make more noise. This will keep your truck, you'll still hear it, but it's not going to be as loud. So if you're trying to keep it performance but not as loud, this is a good option. They think of everything. On the back side here, GM added this crossover tube that was connected to the factory. That would be that silver tube. AFE already thought of that. They provided the clamps, the brackets, everything to bolt it down to the intake so it acts like stock, works like stock, but this is going to flow a lot better. This is going to give you that little jump in fuel economy. Now guys, if you're buying these, I'll be honest with you, don't expect your truck that's shaped like a giant brick, don't expect to get 10-15 miles to a gallon. That's not what's going to happen. You're going to get colder IAT temperatures, your intake air temperature, which is good for your engine. You are going to get a bump in fuel economy. You are going to get a little bump in performance. It's worth it. But once again, don't expect 10-15 miles a gallon. Don't expect 100 horsepower. That's not what these are for. So realistic expectations. But like I've always said, make sure you buy a good quality one. I prefer the dry filters, and there's a big reason why. On the oiled filters, we won't mention any other brands, and AFE does have oiled filters. I do not recommend them. I recommend the dry filter. The reason is the oil that you put on the filter, one, people don't service them. I don't care. And if you take it to a dealership, they're not going to do the correct service, which is washing it out, letting it dry, oiling it, putting it back. They're not going to do that. It takes hours. They're not going to do that. They're going to tell you they did it. They're going to charge you for it, and you're going to pay a ton of money for nothing. So if you get a dry filter, you pull it out the truck, hit it with some shop air, clean it up a little bit, put it back in there. You don't have to worry about oiling. The other reason is the oil from those filters. If you give it full throttle and you're sucking in as much air as that filter can provide, that oil can come through that filter. It can become a vapor. The first thing on this truck that's in line is your mass airflow sensor. You have other sensors. That oil gets on those fine wire heated sensors and it starts building a little film up. Well, over time, it builds up enough film that it can cause issues. It can cause check engine lights. And I'm sure the keyboard warriors are going to debate me on that. I've seen it. I've had to pull these out. I've had to pull sensors out and clean them. Well, there's nothing between that filter and that intake but that oiled filter, and then that sensor has oil on it. It didn't come from anywhere else. It came from the filter. So I always recommend a dry filter. It's just easier to maintain. It's easier to work on because you're not going to have to buy all these special kits and chemicals. Just buy a dry filter. You'll be a lot happier. It's going to also make your engine a lot happier. There's no need to introduce any more oil in the engine track. The manufacturers have done that enough, and that's why catch cans have become popular and other options like that to get that oil out. You don't want that extra oil in the top of your intake valleys and stuff like that. So dry filter, AFE is a premium brand, but their prices are not as crazy that you would think for a premium brand. And that price depends on what tube you get and if the box is, so there's a world of options here. I encourage you, call the store, talk to myself, John, Chris, let us run you through, make sure we're getting you the right one. We've had customers that have bought them from other websites. Well, they said it worked, and it was even an AFE. We call AFE, and they're like, no, that's not for that truck. You have to get the right one. So that's where we're calling somebody like us that does this on a regular basis, can show you how nice it looks underneath the hood. All the clamps are nice, all that great stuff. We can get you there. We can ship anywhere in the country. So no matter where you are, if you're not near us, to have us do it and you want to do it yourself, these aren't that hard. On a scale of 1 to 10 to put in, 2 to 3, some simple hand tools. But if you have us do it, what you get is you get that C&H labor guarantee for 1 year. So if there is an issue, we take care of it as far as any adjustments or something needs to get tweaked. I haven't seen it with AFE, but it's there for you. And that's the big thing. It's there if you need it. We don't want you to need it, but it's there if you need it. Once again, I'm Dave with C&H Auto Accessories. Like and subscribe to the video. We're going to do more stuff. If you guys want to see something, I know Chris doesn't respond to all the comments on the videos, but put it down in there. That way we can really try to find somebody that needs, that is local, that's doing that. If you're local and you need stuff done, give us a call. We'll take care of it for you. We'll get you down the road with the right stuff that fits your truck the first time. Thanks.